I simply thought you may have accidentally overheard today or heard about data protection. So I said, just in case that happened to you by coincidence today, let me tell you about what is required, what are the skills that are required. We have been hearing a lot about data protection, about the GDPR, about privacy, and we have heard about it mainly from legal experts. We heard about it mainly from those lawyers who are telling us about all the facts. But is it only for legal experts, or is it also for other people? So what we have done some exercises to identify what are those people that need to learn and go into more detail for implementing from thought to finish all what is necessary. So we talked about the legal profession, obviously. A legal profession is there to identify what are the needs, what your business is in, what are the activities that require you, what data that you are sitting on require you to do some necessary activities to protect them. And in addition to the legal profession, we need those people feed obviously senior management. The senior management is looking all directions and is required to ensure that we have been implementing all what is required. Not everything that is told by legal professionals, because otherwise we are going to spend a lot of money. What we have also to include in the picture, we have to also to include business managers. What are business managers doing? They have to identify that we need to do that, we need to document this, we need to change our activity, transform our business in order to comply with those requirements, in order to ensure that we are complying adequately well. We need IT managers, IT professionals, those transformation experts. They need to be there assisting us, helping us, creating the applications, creating the infrastructure, creating the data storage, all what is necessary in order for us to implement adequate protection that will not be implemented only by the IT people, but also by all those other professions, including the compliance officers, the risk managers, who are going to identify what is the gap, what we need to do in addition to what we have done, what else should we protect, and what are those different activities that are necessary. There are also obviously many other professions in addition to the risk compliance and to the risk managers. Those professions may be financial directors, maybe internal and external auditors, information security professionals, all those activities that will be involved in a way or another, that need to be looking at it from one angle and ensuring, giving advice to the management that we are doing is adequate and is correct. So we talk about information security, and we couldn't conceive data protection, data privacy without information security. Information security is an essential activity. What is information security? Well, it was invented almost in the 90s, where we started to talk about protection, about integrity of information. We talked about confidentiality, about continuity. Well, what is essential for us is the protection of information and confidentiality here. So we need to implement all those security features that start from infrastructure and that go all over the architecture layers, that ensure that we are protecting all what is necessary, starting from the bit level to wherever within the organization, which means that we put in place all those activities that are requiring protection. When we talk about information security, we talk about various layers to protect. So what we need to protect? What are those activities, and what is that information that we need to protect? Well, I'm not going simply to talk to you about the personal data requirement, which means any information relating to identified or identifiable natural person. I'm going to read the whole definition, but I wanted to tell you that there are specific definitions that we have to identify for every single information we have, if we have that information, and what are those processing requirements that we should put in place in order to make them anonymous, in order to make them protected in an adequate way, as well as replying to all those requirements, meaning I need to get access to that information, I need to know, I need to change that information that is belonging to me, that your enterprise is working on. So there we have identified 5 domains, and I would like to do in the coming seconds that are left to me, I would like to go through all those domains and highlight beyond the legal aspect, beyond management, what is necessary. So the first aspect is we need management and legal to decide what is to be done, where should we align, where should we comply. After having done that and identified what are the alignment, we have to do risk assessment, which means what can go wrong. where are we having gaps that need to be filled, and if we do not do that, we have problems. And this is identifying those risks and observing actions that may be needed, transformation that we need, investment that will be needed in order for us to do whatever necessary to avoid what we wish to avoid. Having done that, having identified all those risks, we have obviously to do some transformational activities, some architectural changes, some impact on application, on the way we manipulate data. We have to look at the different layers of our architecture, including applications, including information, including the machines, the network, whatever is required. We need to put in place necessary information security, necessary tracks, aligning with standards, aligning with good business practices that we teach in our school, by the way, that are essential for information security professionals, for IT professionals to implement what is required, and to, just in case something happens and we do not reach the zero, the total control, we have an incident, how to manage that breach, how to identify actions, how to do the communication activity that is required for us to respond to that action. So by having all those activities, to master all those competencies, we have been creating an education that is called new education, that is certifying for the certified data protection officers. You send your email there to say you are interested, and we will include you in the next invitation to our classes in the coming months. Thank you very much for attending.